If you want to, you can start the recording. I just want to answer Massini quickly. Massini, what happens is we've got rules, and you gift in the first hour of joining, and then once you've received gifts and you need to gift upwards, you've got 12 hours to do so. The process is that if you do not do it within 12 hours, you'll get the person that is supposed to receive from you will send you a message to tell you that you need to, log in, check your profile and gift. That's the first mode of contact. But 12 hours after you have been promoted, the support team sees that you've been promoted and that you've not honored the gift. You will at that point receive the first email notification from support, and you'll be given time to obviously gift. If you have not gifted by the next time the support team checks, you'll get a final notification email. That might be a day later, but you'll get the final notification email. After the final notification email, if you have not gifted, your profile is taken over and made available on the community first for whoever wants to take a level 2 position. If nobody on the community wants it, then the consortium comes in and the consortium takes over that profile, so that the gift can be sent and the platform can keep on moving. So the blessed thing about power gifting is that nobody stands still. Nobody gets stuck. Everybody moves. And that's such a big, big blessing that we have. All right. Massini, you've got another question there.
Hello, Dr. Clinton. It's so nice to be on this Zoom with you and with Ningi and Tim and all our members, Coach Bernard. Hello, everybody. I do understand that. Thank you very much. My excitement is when it comes to the 27 babies. Is there 12 hours enough to give 27 profiles? That's where I'm getting a bit sweaty under the collar. I'm so excited that the momentum is picking up and that things are happening. I'm just concerned that when I'm at work and I've got a gift in those 12 hours and it's so many babies that I've got a gift going forward, is the 12 hours enough? And I do appreciate the extension. But for me, I might have to work through the night to do the gifting sort of a thing. That's what I'm asking.
That's where the support comes in. If you communicate with support, then it's okay. The 27 baby accounts, basically what happens is, if somebody is supposed to receive 3 gifts for that profile to be promoted to level 2, your 27 baby accounts could be reduced to 9 people that you're gifting, which means 9 people will get their 3 gifts each. So then it's not 27 gifts that you're sending, then it could be 9 or 10 people that you're gifting. So that significantly reduces the amount. The same with level 4, when you have to gift the 81, you divide it by 3. And if you're communicating with support will note that you are busy doing the gifting for those profiles that you've been assigned to gift on your babies. So that shouldn't be an issue, as long as the communication lines are open. Anything is possible with us here.
That's absolutely brilliant. Thank you very, very much. Can I also please ask another question?
All right, and then directly after that, I'll hand over to Tim.
Thank you. In regards to the non-responsive people, I am aware of the Poppy Act, but once people have filled in a form to be part of our community, is there no way that we can form an email database and send out an email fortnightly or monthly to say, wow, guys, look what's happened in this last month. and create vibe and momentum with that, especially with our members that aren't aware of the movement at the moment. So is it possible to build up a database and actively send out newsletters?
We do have, and I haven't sent out the newsletters as I've done previously, but I think by Monday or Tuesday for the latest, I should be able to send out another newsletter. But we do have, and my
So,
apologies
no,
to
no,
the
no, please
community.
don't apologize. No, please, no apologies, no apologies. I'm on school holidays now, so I've got time in the day in the next 2 weeks to assist with admin and things like that. So that's why I'm putting my hand up now, because when it's school time, my time is very restricted. But at the moment, I've got a lot of free time. So if anybody needs help, I'm here. Give me a shout. Thank you.
Festina will give you a shout.
I'm in contact with Festina almost daily. Thank you, Dr.
Okay,
Clinton.
all right. Tim, over to you.
Amazing, amazing, guys. Apologies for my late arrival. I've got busier and busier Saturdays, but I'm always going to make sure I've got time for you guys. Now, because the recording wasn't happening, and I loved Ningi's message, her energy, her passion, yes, even her frustrations comes along, but it's a positive frustration. Guys, we've got this. We can do this. Ningi, I'm going to need you to repeat that whole thing, so we've got it recorded. Are you ready?
Sure. That's gonna be interesting. Okay, just
Now I'm
give me 1
joking.
second. Oh, great.
So I think what we need to do is, because that piece was missed, is just tell the people, Ningi, why don't you just say to the people who are going to watch the recording that they're going to have to be here live if they want the entire story. What do you think?
I will do. I've just asked for them to please help me with the radio. Beloved power gifters, you are loved. You are appreciated. Thank you for all that you are doing. It's a journal in August and we are running. We are running. We are seeing what Power 24/7 is doing. We are seeing 4 levels up every single day. Awesome. Now, our responsibility as a community is that we ensure the organic side of growth is pumping along with that. We need to bring our one person every day, if we can, at least 2 a week, 2 a week. Let's do that and work and really maximize the adrenaline that we have going on. That will really set us up so great. And the last thing I just want to request, can we kindly ensure we keep working together as we've been doing to ensure those that joined but did not understand what they were joining are really always directed to proper channels of information. We are seeing every now and then someone who doesn't understand what they signed up into will say things like, oh, where am I in the queue? Why haven't I received already? And can we really keep helping those people understand how we work as a community, how our algorithm and our placing work, but more importantly, that our growth is in our hands. No one's gonna throw $8 in this and wake up rich next month. If we are leaving it to others to do, let's then wait a lifetime. When it comes, it will be an amazing bonus. But let us not communicate as though one has a responsibility to make us financially free. So that is my request. Let's work together. We've got an amazing journaling going on. Let's maximize on it. Let's share this amazing vision. We really have a powerful power gifting platform, and we are an amazing community. Thank you, family.
Oh, wonderful. I can't beat that energy. I love having high energy, but Ningi's is just next level. And that just really shows her passion. So appreciate you. Thank you very much. And to Masini, thanks for your questions. Love them. Here's the other thing to consider as well. What's great about power gifting is, as we're learning to move from level 1 to level 2, and it's 9 gifts, we learn how to do that and every time we learn and we do something small, it becomes easier. So by the time we're going to be getting to the 81, we're going to understand how to do it. And whereas at the beginning, it's going to take you an hour to do it, for those first 9 gifts. By the time you come to level number 4, it's going to be automatic, man. And it's going to probably take you the same amount of time because we understand. So the only delay is when somebody doesn't have their correct details in the profile in order for you to be able to gift them. But we're slowly getting. So guys, it's wonderful to be here. I love being here on Saturdays, and whenever I can, I would say at least 8 out of 10, I'm going to make sure that I'm here for you to share. And I've got a message today. So lovely that it's actually shifted around or swapped around, that we've had a bit of the announcements and the discussions. And thanks so much for Dr. C and for Ningi for taking the helm, I should say, this morning, that I'm now going to be doing a bit of sharing. As you all know, I love doing a bit of teaching or sharing or what's been on my mind. What I've seen is a valuable discussion point or conversation. So as I'm going through what I want to share with you today, please put in the chat box your thoughts, your opinions. If you like something I'm saying, put a thumbs up. Let me know. Does it hit onto you? Am I touching a point of, that's an interesting perspective to, I haven't thought of it that way. And my topic today actually stems from a conversation I had with a client of mine about 2 weeks ago, where he told me, I don't like change. So that got me thinking, this word change, who doesn't like change? Give a thumbs up. No, let me change that. Let me do the other way around. Who likes change? Give a thumbs up. You like change? Put a thumbs up. Coach Bernard likes change. Who else likes change? Right? So we got a couple. Bernadette, thank you very much. Massini, like change. Okay, a few. Aaron, Annerie stayed. Good. But not everybody. What about if we swap the word to create? Who likes creating? How do you feel now? Do you prefer that word? Krista, love create. Denise, Annerie. Have I got some more reactions and some more positive feeling? There we go in the chat box. Chris, yes. David, yeah. We've got more people saying, I prefer to create than change. So what if you deleted that word? I've in fact got 34, I believe it is now, words and short sayings that I've created a list over a couple of years of words that I've deleted from my vocabulary that just don't have the right energy. Words like can't, don't, should, those simple words, which I feel are they've got a block, they've got negative energy. So I've decided to put change into my to delete change from my vocabulary and to replace it with the word create. So instead of having a change agent, this is somebody who helps others to progress and move forward and to change their way of thinking or change their lifestyle or change their habits. That just sounds like, oh, my life, this is hard work. What about a create agent, where you create the future you want? You don't change the past. You don't change your personality. You create your personality. Doesn't that have a warmer feeling? So as soon as I started replacing that word and saying create, I've started to realize, but hang on a second, what does this word change actually mean? I'm not going to keep chatting in the box. I'm going to read it later on because I just want to focus on what I want to speak on now. But keep putting the chats in there. Thank you very much for that. Do we as humans actually change, or do we create? We're a very unique species on this earth, that we've got an imagination and our ability to create. We're the only species where we've got a conscious and a subconscious brain, where we can learn and access everything that's in our subconscious mind, as long as we know how to actually do this. But that gives us the scientifically proven way that we can actually create things through our ideas. We can create our future that is inside of all of us. And we don't have to change to do that. We can create it on top of what we've already done, been, had, thought of, all our past experiences. So you don't need to change. There's a picture that I have been using with two people standing next to each other, but they're sort of tree stick people, if you want. And the one says, "You've changed," and the other one says, "Well, that's good because you're supposed to." And I'm looking at this going, no, hang on a second. You create is a lot more meaningful to me. When we change, we grow. And after everything that you've ever done in your life, it has brought you to this point right here, right now, today. It brought you to the point of registering and joining power gifting, or looking at power gifting, or thinking, is this something I want to do? And you're only going to do this based upon all that history and that past knowledge or experiences that you've actually had up until this point. So all of that is an essential part. Why would you want to change it? Why do you want to change your history? That is critical to get you to the point that you are here right now. Whether it was good experiences or whether it was bad experiences, whether you failed at something or not. I'm going to talk on failure now. It brought you to this point right here, right now, that gives you the opportunity to then create your future. We have a look and you say, well, there's a lot of things in my past that haven't played out well for me. They haven't turned out the way that I actually wanted them to. I've failed at various things. I failed at my business. I failed at my relationships, at my marriage. And I failed and didn't achieve the goals that I wanted to. But here's my perspective on all of that failure. That wasn't failure. You created it. Every single one of those experiences, whether you wanted it that way or not, you created it. You created it by the use of your mind. So perhaps it didn't end up with the exact results that you wanted, but you can't delete that. You can't change that. But based upon those experiences, you can learn and you can create a better outlook. You can create better possibilities going forward. But you needed that so-called failure. I do not believe in failure. I do not believe anybody's ever failed at anything in their lives. You've experienced something and you've learned the way that it did not work for you in the past. So now you can say, that didn't work. I'm going to now create, not change, create a new version of it going forward. All right? So I don't know who's unmuted. If you don't want to mute, please mute yourself again. Be appreciated. So let's get back to this creation and the change, and give you some thoughts that I started to have when I was bouncing this around. When you go to the doctor and you're not feeling so lekker, you're not feeling so well, lekker, good South African word. For the foreigners, you're not feeling well, you're not feeling good. You've got high blood pressure, the doctor says. So he prescribes you this pill. And he scares you so much into taking this pill, you believe that you really need to take this pill because he's put this pressure on you. And he says that if you do not get your blood pressure under control, then you will be susceptible to a stroke, to a heart attack. So you take the pill. But he scared you to the point now that it was a good thing, because now you're looking at yourself and you're saying, I've got to change my lifestyle. I need to change my diet. Maybe I'm drinking too much, the control of my stress. I need to change some things in order to create a different version of myself going forward. So you cut out processed foods, you cut out alcohol, you cut out to reduce your sugars, and you change your whole diet. And as you're busy going through this process and you're replacing one food item with another, you're not deleting the food items, you're replacing one with the other. You're taking away processed foods and you're putting in fresh vegetables, fresh foods, and those types of things. You're actually swapping. You're exchanging one for the other. And as you go through this process now, you're becoming a lot more healthier. Maybe you're starting to walk, do a little bit of exercise as well. The result of it, one of the benefits, the side benefits, is that you start to lose weight. So you're taking your clothes that you used to wear, and now you need to wear a smaller size. What a wonderful thing. So you discard your previous clothes. You get rid of them because you've created a new body. So you've taken your old clothes and you've put them aside, donated to charity, I don't know, made rags out of them or something like that. because you don't fit into them anymore. You've put them away and you've got some new clothes. And so you went and you've replaced your old ones. You've changed your clothing, but you've created a new body, a healthier body, a stronger body, a better functioning body. You've changed your clothes, but you've created a new image and a new look. Both your old food and your old clothes, gone. However, you are still the same person. You may say that you've changed, but have you really? Because your past is still with you. That's never going anywhere. That bigger size of you, the higher blood pressure, that is still a memory. That is still an experience. And you need that, because without that, you wouldn't have made the lifestyle changes to create the new version of you. So let's unpack this. Through the power of your thought, you've created new eating habits. You've created the need for a new wardrobe by having slimmer body, more trim. But how you used to think and how you used to act is still inside of you. You've just built onto it. You've added onto this. Your old clothes are gone. Your old food is gone. It's been replaced. But you are still that same person. That experience is essential. But you're now creating the new version of you. Science has shown us, scientifically proven, that our mind and how we think will create the version of us, that new version. I spoke about this a little bit last week, the mirror effect. We went on that call last week, haven't seen the recording. Go onto that and understand what the mirror effect is. How you project yourself is what you're going to get back from the mirror. And if you don't like what you see in the mirror, it's all based upon how you project yourself going forward. So our ability to change is limited by, or our willingness to change, I should say, is limited by our ability to create the new change. So we change our diet, we change our clothes, and as a result, we create a new healthier body, a new healthier lifestyle. We create a new way of thinking. So when I looked at this, and I thought that, I'm not going to draw now, but you can imagine that you've got a circle, and inside that circle is all your life experiences, all your past, your eating habits, your clothing, your stress, your lifestyle, your lack of exercise, your binging TV, Netflix every single night when you get home instead of taking the dog for a walk. All of those experiences are there. It sits there. When you then come and you're then creating a new version, what you're doing is you're taking on top of this. You're adding it. So if you can imagine, there's another circle going on the outside of it. You haven't deleted this. It's still there, but you've built onto it. Versus when you change your clothes, you dumped your clothes. You haven't kept those old clothes. You don't keep the bigger clothes and then get your new thinner clothes and try and put them on top and keep your old clothes, still wearing them in your thinner body, do you? That would be ridiculous. You got rid of those old ones and you put new ones on. You got rid of them. You changed them. You changed your clothes. You changed your diet. But now you're creating the new version of you. But you need that old one in order to then add it on top. So a change agent is someone who promotes and enables change to happen. In business, you have change agents who then go and they alter the way that the business is being run or done. In our lives, you have change agents and coaches who will help you change how you're thinking. But what they're actually doing is helping you create the new version of you. So according to the dictionary, the definition of change is when you replace something with another thing, especially something of the same kind with a newer version. So you're substituting one for the other. But when you're creating, I'm just going to read this, you cause something to come into being as something unique that would not naturally evolve, but that has naturally evolved out of an ordinary process. To evolve from one's thought or imagination as a work of art or an invention. This is an evolution. You need that old one in order to get the new one. So when we want to have a look at changing our future, at changing the way that we look at things, create instead. Have a look at saying, how can I create a better life? How can I create? And how can I help create movement within power gifting? That word just create is going to elicit a whole different mindset thinking of a positive growth. You create a work of art. You don't change the white canvas into a different picture. You create it. It's an imagination that opens up. It's positive. It's growth. It's movement forward. You need all that past. You're not going to get rid of it. And you're creating this version, the new progress going forward. So I would urge you to think about your language and the use of your words and how those words make you feel. And perhaps you've got a list of words that you'll start to write down, just like I did, where I started writing quite a long time ago, just words that didn't resonate and feel right with me any longer. And decide the way that I'm talking and the way that I'm thinking is going to create that version of that person that I actually want to become, that I will become, that I can become. So then you can be the person that you want to be. And along with it, everything is going to move along naturally. And Ningi said it earlier, organically, or Dr. Clinton. It's an organic growth. And that organic growth is so much more pleasing and fulfilling when you just allow it to be and you create this future, this vision, this ideal that you would like to have, but you're going to create it. You're not going to change it. And as soon as I then started to talk about creation with my client as opposed to change, he needed to, and he wanted to work out how he can move forward into the next chapter of his life after having been in business for, I think, 40 odd years, longer than me. But he was always stuck on this, do I have to change? And that was when it got me the thought process. And as I started to talk to him about, well, why don't we create? All those blocks started to fall away and the imagination opens. That's my message to you guys today. Have a look at your words. And is there a replacement word that you can use for one that perhaps you don't feel comfortable with, that isn't an inspiring and one which is going to move you forward? And have a look at becoming a creation agent instead of a change agent and see where it leads you. How does that feel? I'm just going to open up my screen here again. Have a look at the chat box here. So true. Your subconscious can only accept what you self-talk. Very true. That's it. That's it. And you have the willingness to create the difference in your life. Sorry, you've got a Krishna Marathi. Okay. Says there are only two problems with people's mental and spiritual growth. Change is necessary. People hate change. That's it. So what about saying creation is necessary? People love creating. People hate change. Hate is one of the words, actually, which is on my list of deleting ones. Not a word that I enjoy. It's not a motivating one. It doesn't inspire me. It doesn't give me warm. Hate. It's a very strong negative word. If you happen to write hate on water and then feed that water to a plant, you're actually going to kill the plant. That's another story for another time. But if you put love and you put growth and you put passion on there, then the water actually picks up that vibration. It's a better vibrational one. So yeah. Sine, brilliant. Thank you very much. So that was just my thought this past week with people having a look and going, how do I change? How can I make this happen? What about how can I create better movement? How can we create growth? Change the word proud. You have changed the word proud for pleased. Dr. C, I'm missing you there. You have changed the word proud for pleased.
Let me say it this way. People usually say, I'm very proud of you. But pride is something that that is also has a negative, connotation to it. So instead of saying I'm proud of you, we say we are very pleased with you, so that you don't get puffed up, because God loves humility.
Yeah, that I love it. I don't even know if I don't even think pride is on my list, which I agree with you, because pride is an ego. Very egotist. No, anyway, it's an ego word. Yeah, so I like that. Yes, pleased, wonderful, just a simple one. Yeah, there we go. Words are powerful in the right context. One's mindset can be used for the greater of selves and others. Teresa, that's it. We know these things, guys. We know these things. Let's apply them in our lives. And as Ningi says, when we put our passion and our energy into something, we know that we will succeed. We are not here in this group in power gifting the same as all the others. We're not. We stand out. We're different. We're the outliers, but we're the ones that are going to be around for that sustainable movement going forward long term. As Ningi said, you're not going to get rich quick this week, this month, not even the next 6 months from power gifting. But hang around, because this is the one that is going to play out for you and create and help you create that lifestyle that you want down the line, which you're absolutely entitled and right to have. Yeah. So the press to change the way I think. I choose to create a new way of thinking. Exactly. That's it, Tina. I love it. I love it. Absorb that word. That ends my story, and I'm going to stick to it for today. I hope it's added some value to you for your Saturday. And once again, thanks a lot for Dr. C and Ningi for opening up the session for today. I think we're going to round that off. If anybody's got a last minute thought or comment they'd like to land on or end on, you're welcome to. And otherwise, we will call it a morning. Thanks a lot, Teresa.
Yes, let me add a quick. If you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're correct.
That's it. Yep. 100% right. It's all up to you. It's all up to you. Either way, everything you have brought yourself to this point here right now. Brilliant. True. Pleasure, guys. Thank you all very much. Absolutely wonderful to be here. I had to be here to share. And we'll see you on Monday at 7 p.m. for our presentation. More movement forward. Let's just rock it through August. And thank you very much to Festina and the rest of the support team behind her as well, pushing and driving forward, getting that momentum and excitement and energy. That energy is palpable. It's there. I can read it. I love when people have comments, and thanks to the people who are there supporting. I'm not going to name names in case I forget somebody, who are there supporting and giving information to people coming in for their belief and their growth within power gifting on the support group. And guys, be here on Saturdays. We do some Q&As as well, but otherwise we'll see you Monday at 7 p.m. And then, of course, Thursday for the Afrikaans and the English version of the English in English presentation with Dr. Bernard. With Dr. Bernard. There we go. With Bernard. Coach Bernard. All righty. Wonderful. Guys, thank you very much. I'm going to call this a Saturday morning.
Thank you. Have an amazing.
Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Appreciate
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, Kitos. Hey, hey.
Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Enjoy your week. Goodbye.